Okay, so today is April 6th, and what we're going to start doing is actually potting up our tomatoes. So I planted these indoors. These are 72 seed flats, and I got some Roma tomatoes right here. You see how delicious and strong they are already. And over here in this one I have some beefsteak tomatoes, some early treats, and then never enough I have some cherry tomatoes here. So 1, 2, 3 of cherry tomatoes. And up here in zone 5, it's super important to start them indoors, and then start them in here, and then we're going to transplant them into bigger pots and get them going and really get the roots really strong. So we won't go outdoors probably until May 20th to 25th, somewhere in there. It depends upon the weather and frost. And in order to take advantage of the shorter season that we have, you absolutely have to start them indoors. All right, so on the next step, you can see here on the Roma flat, we took quite a few out already. I think I have about 30 over on the table over there. I have my solo cup set up over here, real fancy schmancy. My R on there, make it easy. So, one of the things I've learned over the years is kind of make things as simple as possible, right? Gardening should be easy and fun and not be stressful. So I set up a little assembly line. I just kind of pull first off, I pulled the bottom leaves off the Romas. These kind of hard to see, but you can see here, like on this one, you're just going to pinch those right off. It's super easy. You can use a scissor, but no need to. Best tool you have is your hands. And then what I'm going to do is just kind of work this one out and try to get as much of the root as possible in the dirt. So I'm just going to pull this out, get as much of that as I can. And you can kind of see on there how it's perfect, how much roots are on there. That's great. One of the great things about tomatoes, they're so forgiving. So I just dropped it right into the cup there, really nothing fancy. And I'm going to do that to all these at once. So just kind of one step at a time, sort of like an assembly line. So I have about 13 or 14 cups here in addition to what we have. So I'm just going to go through, keep pulling them out, and we'll come back in just a minute. All right, we're good. So we're on the next step. I took out, I don't know, 12 or 13 Romas, and it's so easy. Just pull them right out, drop them in here. It's one of the great things about tomatoes that I like. You don't have to be perfect, and they're very, very resilient and flexible. So put them in here. I use my solo cups. I can use this one, and really nothing fancy. I get a couple years out of them. It's damaged. What the heck? It still works great. Drop it in there. I do put a little bit of organic fertilizer. Don't put any garbage in there. Don't buy that synthetic fertilizer. I just drop that in. Potting soil that I buy is indoor fertilizer, indoor soil, excuse me, and it doesn't have any nutrients in it, so you do need to add something. And I'm not doing this outside, so I'm not going to use compost. So once I drop that in, just a little handful there, well, not a handful, maybe half. Come to my dirt, which is already wet. It's my potting soil, and I get it wet ahead of time. And what you want to do is plant it as deep as possible. You can actually bend these, and you really should. Tomato plants these are all roots that'll grow if you bury them, so you really should do that. It'll actually make it stronger when they're outside. So I'm just going to come along here and drop my dirt in, and nothing too fancy. Just drop it in, get it right up to those sets of leaves right there. Try to keep the leaves off the dirt. You don't want any disease getting on there. I don't think there's any disease on this dirt, but what the heck. Put it there onto my neck. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm just going to bend it a little bit, kind of curl it around itself. And again, just kind of drop my dirt right around. Once you get it started, it's super easy. It just almost goes in by itself. It's so easy. And again, tomatoes, you don't have to be perfect. Don't pack the soil down too much, but you want to get it finger tight, so to speak. I'm just going to put it on there, and there we go. And I'm going to do the rest of these. It'll only take me a couple minutes, add them to the ones I already have, and then I'm going to stop for lunch. All right, so you can see here we have our sort of middle product, not the final product obviously, but we have about 50 Roma plants, about 15 of the early treats, 15 or so of the cherry tomatoes, plus we have peppers, eggplant, onions, cauliflower, broccoli, all getting happy here. So this will be here with lights, probably for about another month or so, maybe even 5 weeks. And hopefully these roots will really take hold in here. I did put a little bit of organic fertilizer in there like I showed you earlier. And this will be amazingly delicious. So